What's up, guys? I just got my hands on the new Prismatic, Janie and Morty. Look at them. Also, guys, don't worry about the unit worth and net worth. Obviously, I'm getting cooked right now. All right, don't judge me. All right, now we're gonna actually max him out, but let's first equip him. And I guess him and her, it's like a tag team unit, which is pretty cool. I am liking that it's a splash damage AoE with 967 million is decent. I don't know if that's the best in the game as of right now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use one of my max level potions on Janet and Morty. There we go, level 250. So 1.94 billion is actually pretty solid for a splash damage AoE unit. Now, I don't know why I have these scuffed traits on it, so don't judge me. Let's go get some new traits. Now, I really want them to do an update where they add some traits. I want them to add in like something like secret formula, but it does something different, like a different kind of boost. That way you guys can have like some different strategy rather than whatever it is right now. So let's go for Sea Bear on instead of secret formula. There we go. This is the common goat one. 2.83 billion with Sea Bear at max level. Now, because this is the prismatic chest unit, that means you are going to be able to use potions on it and star potions. So a superstar Janet and Morty is very, very obtainable. Now, I don't know if I can show you the exact rates, but I will when the update drops. You guys can just check it out in the treasure chests, but I don't know how much we're allowed to show right now, but you guys will get it from the treasure chests. All right, so let's go equip him. And I also have a crusty crab, I believe, somewhere. I thought I had, oh, maybe I don't have one anymore. I used to have a crusty crab back in the day. I lost it. Anyways, let's go see how good Janet and Morty is. Now, I also don't have the best pets equipped, so your Janet and Morty will be doing a little bit more damage than mine. I only have one pet equipped because we are in the test server, because obviously the update is not out yet. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, now we can place Janet and Morty down. Splash damage. Now, we don't know the exact size of the splash as of yet, but let's see here. Okay, looks like the splash is pretty small, but it is able to hit a couple units at a time. So not quite a single target. Now, let's see how much the splash is doing. All right, we got to wait for some enemies to come on out here. So hit a splash. Oh, wow, that was a lot of damage. Okay, so it looks like it's not actually doing. So the number is a lie, guys. This number is not right. As you guys can see here, I'm gonna screenshot it. That is doing 2.8 billion, but it says 3.12 billion on the screen. So I don't know why it's incorrect like that. I have no idea. Maybe the pet calculation's a little weird, but that's a little bit of a quirk of the game. However, remember, the line AoE units don't actually do the damage on screen. So this is actually probably stronger than spongebob, which is kind of crazy to think about, that we checked out in the last episode. All right, here we go. Let's go get some more upgrades on Janet and Morty. And honestly, really good stats for splash damage AoE. I believe Janet and Morty is actually potentially the best prismatic in the entire game right now. Now, I know there is that other guy that I showed off in the last one of the last videos where he was doing some crazy work damage. However, that was a single target unit, and Janet and Morty is able to hit 2 units at once, at least. So that's the thing about Janet and Morty, is it's maybe slightly worse on the boss, but on every other unit, especially with the big slows in infinite mode, Janet and Morty is going to be putting in that work. So this is what the VFX are looking like in 1x. I think he's throwing like a potato or something. Okay. And here we go. First ability is double fault. Bang. Okay, like a line AoE kind of attack. That looks pretty cool. And the next one we have is Sand Surge. Looks like, is that either a full AoE attack or maybe it's just a boss killing attack? So honestly, standard abilities for prismatics. All right, really, really good stats though. I know the damage looks a little bit less than spongebob, but remember, spongebob was a line AoE unit. So this guy's actually doing more because line AoE unit stats are not accurate at all on the page. I've noticed that ever since Bang Geek Sandy was supposedly cracked back in the day. But yeah. So let's take a look at the next stats. And honestly, this is actually looking kind of crazy here. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Janet and Morty, this is gonna be the unit you want to get. Now, I'm saving up all my prismatic chests for the update. We're gonna try to get a low serial on Janet and Morty. We are good to go for that. But I'm not gonna lie, guys. Janet and Morty is probably better than even the new lottery prismatic, based on what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna equip the new lottery prismatic, and we're gonna kind of try to compare the two here. Let's see what we got working on. Like 1.29 billion versus 2.8. So now this guy isn't max level and his stats are wrong. So I'm gonna quickly max level up this guy. So here we go. Squidward House Robot 2.58 Bs. Now we're gonna go swap out his traits. So I want to have a better trait on him, obviously. So let's go get Sea Bear on this bad boy. Oh, there we go. Sea Bear. All right. So comparing the stats, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, he's doing slightly more damage, but he does have, I guess, a little bit less range, whatever that matters. However, you guys can kind of see 2.83 billion, definitely a little less, but you're gonna hit 2 units at once rather than a single target. So in my mind, like for infinite mode, where you have those big slows where you need to not be single target, Janet and Marty is going to get you those extra waves. Now I'm gonna do a video, guys. We are going to do all of the new units only challenge, so stay tuned for that. I'm pretty excited to drop that video. Maybe I'll drop it a little bit later tonight. We're gonna do new units only, obviously, plus stream Gary. I think it's gonna absolutely cook. So I'll see you guys soon for that video. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.